Discretion is advised.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, Nate Bison here for another OUTTA YOUR MIND Sunday stream, y'all. And I'm here with the boys today, y'all. With the boys, Lane and DonPrime. Yo.
Sunday. Welcome for the people. Thank you for joining us this evening.
What is up, everybody? Lane, how you been?
I've been doing good. It was a long week this week.
Long week. I feel you, man.
But you know, everything's going. Been a good weekend, nice and relaxing. We got some obviously stuff coming up here that Don and Prime and everybody's going to be having fun. Hopefully later this week, and so I'm interested to see what's going to happen. If there's any, we get to see some of the recent Hot Toy announced figures, maybe actually on display, and get to see some live picture, video or pictures or whatever of them.
No, I can't wait. I do want to see what Sideshow Con is going to be. Racks on stacks on stacks on racks. What they're flexing for this week with Hot Toys. So I'm hoping it's the Vulture. That's what I hope for right there is the Vulture, and also some Untitled clone stuff because I know people have been asking for some weight.
Maybe a Keaton head sculpt or something like that.
Yeah, Keaton head sculpt.
That would be cool.
Now, here's the thing, though. Everyone keeps forgetting there are other companies that do 1/6 scale figures that don't necessarily have direct distribution deals with Sideshow. So they might actually have prototypes on display at Comic-Con as well. So obviously, we'll take pictures when we're there. So just because Sideshow pulled out doesn't mean there's not necessarily going to be 1/6 scale related items at New York Comic-Con. It's just we don't know because certain companies are not announcing what they're bringing. So again, just because Sideshow pulled out doesn't mean there's not going to be stuff at con for us to take pictures and photographs of. So
I got you, man. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see.
We're not even 3 minutes in yet, and Bob Dylan's already blaming me.
Yeah, well, of course, because you're the Lane.
I just screwed myself. Thanks, there.
Oh, damn.
Still one of my favorites. Bro. That's still one of my favorite moments. On Aries stream today, he said that he had inside info that a bunch of our other Star Wars Hot Toys that will be waitlisted before they come in stock. Well, yeah, we've been talking about that as well. The the figures that have been for example, what's his name? Let's see, who said it? Oh yeah, so we've been addressing what Deno's been saying for the past few weeks that the 2022 pre-orders are not going to last through the add to carts, presumably, apparently, because of all the previous wait lists that have been happening so far. So of course, if we are probably going to be seeing some of the more bottom feeder figures like your KX Forcer droid, I wouldn't be surprised if Purse Trooper gets a waitlist before add to cart because, like I'm saying, that a lot of these bottom feeders are getting hit. I wouldn't be surprised that maybe one of the Bespin Lukes get hit as well. We'll see if one of the Bespin Lukes gets hit waitlisted. Now that'd be a very interesting. I know. Go ahead.
You need to be paying attention more right now, basically. With especially lower selling figures and stuff, guys, that's probably going to be a reoccurring theme going forward here, that you need to be kind of every once in a while on a Sideshow checking the best sellers and stuff like that, seeing you stored at the bottom. If you have a coupon pop up or something, taking a look to see what those are is probably going to be a good idea because those are ones that could go before you know it.
Yep, that's what I've been saying. The collector, the bottom feeders, the ones have been the bottom feeding for the past few months since we've been talking about the waitlist wars. Those are going to be mostly affected, the bottom feeders. You got to watch out for them bottom feeders, especially 2022 bottom feeders. Because now the K exposure story is going to get waitlisted pretty soon. Then we got the Batman. I'm surprised about the Batman Deluxe. I thought that was doing pretty well, but I guess not so well to merit a hold till add to card phase. So it's that one's low stocks. And then Kate Bishop, he got waitlisted as well. So it's just those bomb feeders, and the Purse Trooper is among them. So you got to keep an eye on those bomb feeders. And if there's any of those figures in the bomb feeders that you like personally, like it's one of your favorite characters or you want to own in your collection, be mindful that you might have to drop the pre-order on that. So you got to pre-order smart at this point.
More bang for your buck.
More bang for your buck. So that's pretty much for the today's stream that I wanted to talk about today with you guys. More bang for your buck, or pretty much the golden age of Hot Toys, which equates to the new age of pricing, right?
You mean the golden prices of Hot Toys, not the
golden age of pricing.
Exactly.
The golden age of Howard Chan's wallet getting bigger and unable to contain all its dollar bills.
Mm-hmm. So another, before we get into it, I do want to address a few things. So we do have a giveaway happening, New York Comic Con giveaway. I wanted to remind you all, if you haven't seen the video yet, we are doing the Miles Morales giveaway thanks to Collector Zone. We're basically giving opportunity to give away another hot toy from his inventory, which is the Miles Morales Bodega Cat. All you have to do is just comment what is your favorite PS4 Spider-Man suit, and just drop in the comment section of the video. I will be posting the link on the chat right now for you guys, if you guys want to head over there very soon. Also, I know some of you were asking why is the PayPal not working anymore. I pretty much fixed the PayPal issue with the channel. So if you don't want to use super chats, you can go use the PayPal on the links on the channel, or you can use the thanks. Also, you can do the thanks button as well.
We got the thanks button as up.
Yeah. I was going through the studio, and I was like, oh, thanks button is available. Okay, cool. So pretty much thanks button is like super chats, but through the videos. If you miss out on doing the stream and you're watching the video, you want to drop a super chat, well, there's the thanks button.
Again, yep. And again, if you want to get something tangible for your money, we also have the Geekin Out store. Again, I still have some of our limited edition printed Geekin Out shot glasses. And again, I'm bringing some of these to New York Comic Con to give away as swag to our fans. So again, I still have some for retail, but if you want a t-shirt, you want, a mug, you want a water bottle, something like that, Nate will put up the announcements link for the store. So you can grab, different t-shirts. You want to grab a water bottle, a camping mug. If you don't want to grab a shot glass, hey, everything we have right now is going to go directly to fund the channel back. Whether it's, we're going to go to Comic-Con, we're going to do videos, we're going to do some stuff, or whether it's to fund future prizes. Again, because we have a Boba Fett arena suit we're going to give away. Thanks from Lane. I have a 1/12 Hulkbuster we're going to give away. And again, that's going to be for the Christmas time giveaway. And again, as Nate said in the contest video, we're actually looking to do the contest and pull the winners so you actually have those prizes in time for Christmas. So whether you want to keep that yourself, gift it, whatever it may be, we're going to take care of you so it arrives before Christmas. And again, so just stay tuned. But again, this is the current contest. Thanks to Collector Zone, we're going to do the Miles Morales Bodega Cat.
Nice. So I think we already addressed everything. Thank you, Don. Okay, I'm going to address some questions here. And also, everybody, hello, good evening, everybody in the chat.
Yes.
I've been seeing some of your questions. If you need to pop up the question again, if we don't address it, please pop it up so we can check it out and answer it. 16 Star Wars Pimp Azoid. Pick up a Farm Boy Luke for $330 shipped yesterday. Is that a good deal? I feel that's a good deal.
OG Luke, a New Hope Luke. If he especially has like all the accessories, including like the cycler rifle, he has the farm hat, all that other stuff. Yeah, that's a good deal. Especially if it was new in blocks for $330. Yeah, that's a good deal.
No, that's still a good deal. $330. Anything below $400 has always been a good deal for me.
For New Hope.
because my the way I ventured buying resale products, right, is between $300 and $400. That's my open opportunity there. Anything above 400 and 500, then that's pretty much like, okay, so that's a grail that's hard to find cheaper. Like it's a character I really want in my collection, kind of like the DX10. You can't find that lower than 400 when I first bought him. And now he's about $500, $600 now. But at the time, he was only $400, and you can only find it for $400. So I made the sacrifice for $400. But also you gotta accept the fact that if this gets reissued or 2.0 in the future, just accept the fact that you just spent the $400 on that set, and which I did too. Like I've accepted that. Like, hey, that's $400. That's a character I want in my collection. Is that worth it to you? Then you're okay with the consequences of that purchase. Hey, more power to you. Let me see. Let me go over this real quick. I think Luis had another question here. Okay. So Geekin Out, would you share your thoughts on these pre-orders that are showing up as low stock? Question: how can that be low stock if the figure hasn't been released? Is this a new tactic? Well, let's see what happened. Also, why do I hear myself? Who's doing that? Is it you, Lane? It gotta be you, Lane. Okay, so to address that, okay, look what's going on with Sideshow. They have plenty of stocks from literally 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They are discounted, heavily discounted. You could pick up a grunt trooper and a short trooper squad leader for literally half the price with 30% coupons. That bodes well for us consumers purchasing for a deal, but for Sideshow, they gotta make sacrifices here. and all this stock sitting in the warehouses, they need to make these sales. They need to make room because it's just losing money sitting in stocks on racks of stocks on the freaking warehouses. They're losing money.
Yeah, I'll just jump in on that specifically. So Nate and I, we've been given specific information, which basically boils down to, for anything that was on pre-order this month or within the next, say 2 to 4 month period, you're going to see a severely drop down number of total production pieces that are going to be sent to Sideshow. In turn, you're going to see a severely limited number of pre-orders that Sideshow is going to offer to both comic book shops and official online retailers like Big Bad Toy Store, any other major subsidiary items that have distribution deals. So basically, Sideshow's looked at the market. They're cutting down their pre-orders, meaning they're cutting down to a significant number of what they're totally buying, and that's significantly cutting down the number of pre-orders they're selling to their official distribution channels. So the economy right now, and not just in the United States with inflation, but worldwide. And again, you got to remember, China's still going through a lockdown. And you might say, well, Hong Kong's not mainland. Again, world issues have basically made, at this point, Hong Kong an official part of mainland. So they're having to go through the official issues, and we're post-lockdown, they're still in lockdown. The zero policy, and they're shutting down power grids in specific areas that have factories to conserve energy, and that's affecting Hot Toys dramatically. So in turn, it's either A, Hot Toys can't produce the numbers that Sideshow wants, or like Nate was saying, Sideshow doesn't want to wait and sit on the enormous stock they have in their warehouses. So they have established a hard cap of what they're going to produce. I mean, what they're going to buy and what Hot Toys is going to produce to send to them. And that's both through their own store and through their official distribution channels. So
the other thing I want to address is that the bestseller says it all. These figures were in the bottom feeders. If you guys weren't paying attention, we always keep addressing this with you guys.
Quite a bit where it was before on the bestsellers
recently, because he's hitting low stock, of course.
That's my point.
Yeah, So, but recently, not even recently, but the past few months, he's been bomb feeding. So of course the low stocks are there. This tells Sideshow that, hey, we're not going to overproduce in the batches for these because it's not warranted. It's not they don't want to sit on like multiple stocks of the same product that's not selling. All right, they're pretty much buying within the hype. They're buying within what's hype. So of course, your Batman's going to sit a bit more with more batches because people are buying up Batmans. This droid right here, okay, Forces droid, he's bomb feeders. So so they're not gonna overproduce like the rest of the figures they did in the past 2 or 3 years. So they're learning from their mistakes. But hey,
you mean no 30,000 Mandos, right?
Yeah, not 30,000 Mandos, yeah, or 20,000 Captain Rexes or 20,000 Clone Troopers. But the thing is, the hype was there for them either way. So the people were still buying them up. So that makes sense. But you got other characters like Forces droid. You don't need to spend batches upon batches on a character that's not gonna, like Kate Bishop. She's waitlisted, but not many people pre-ordered her. Of course, they're not gonna buy multiple batches of her. But that's the thing too. We gotta see how things progress in the next year or so.
Yeah,
once these figures get released.
You can't really use figures that are from this year or maybe even like the early part of 2023 have been scheduled, because those ones are not necessarily falling under the the current situation.
Oh, there he is, like we called. Lane, you called it.
Lou finally woke up.
Lou.
No, I'm taking care of family matters as usual.
So
what's poppin',
what's up, man? So give me a second. I gotta let Lane finish real quick. So Lane, like we were talking about, is that like figures right now that are getting waitlisted now, not necessarily say that they're not going to be restocked once it gets released. We can't predict that, because we've seen before when Sideshow figures get waitlisted. Well, not Sideshow, but Hottoys stock gets waitlisted. Somehow they do return. Somehow Palpatine's return. They do make their return some form, fashion, within maybe 2 or 3 weeks in stock and then sell out again. We don't know yet. We gotta see when we get.
We gotta wait till end of 20. We gotta wait till a year from now, or 8 or 9 months from now, if depending on when these come out, like kind of see what happens with the situation. But looking at how things are going and everything with, and I put in quotes, modern pre-orders, maybe in the last 6 months, like ones like that are ones you have to monitor. I mean, what you're looking at, you still might see like the Falcon cap. That one's probably going to make it in stock and then may eventually sell out, but that's also from last year. But ones from this year going forward, you have to be more paying attention to, because those orders are going to be, I think the way it seems to me is the window they're doing are sometimes 2 or 3 months, maybe 4 months for some of these figures. And then if they're consistently at the bottom, then that's when you're going to start seeing this happen and waitlisting happening. Now, or do you guys think also maybe some special edition type of combinations, like the Batman Collector's Edition with a bat signal or something like that, which is kind of a, maybe a shorter one collection altogether and stuff, like even for, because I have no doubt that the Batman Pattinson will be around for a while yet, just because they're probably going to make more of those. But sometimes maybe even special edition or combination figures, you might have maybe what you expect to be a more higher produced figure of a main character for a property, but that special one may be smaller production, or something you have to monitor too.
Well, the thing is, usually with deluxes, they usually wait longer, or they stay longer in stock versus the in stock regular editions. So it's very strange to see these getting waitlisted possibly before the actual add to cart. Mm-hmm. But again, we just gotta wait till at the end of the year, not the end of the year, but next year when they finally get released, and see if things get converted from waitlist or converted to add to cart for the main public. But either way, let me see. I think we'll address one more with Loco Lu. I want to know how he feels about what's going on with the in stock and waitlisted. Is there a reason why this is being implemented or happening? Is this because that Sideshow is finally learning their lessons with not overstocking or not overproducing on batches? So, Loco Lu, what's your thoughts? And
this is all your fault, Nate.
What I do?
This is all your fault.
What?
This is all your fault. First and foremost, I'm gonna keep it a stack. This is all your fault. Okay, you say, do this, do that, and the people follow you. Okay, this time we are all the
what I
victim
said?
here.
What have I said? What I have literally said to people, man. There's a gray area. There's literally a gray area you need to follow. You don't have to necessarily follow what I have to do.
I am joking.
Okay,
Loco, you're gonna cause the Law and Order dun to come down on you.
Yes, I'd say it's a full-scale panic. Are you having a run on the bank there yet? Well, it's rather brutal here. We're advising our clients to put everything they've got into canned food and shotguns.
I'm the victim here, guys. I'm not making you buy and sell freaking figures. You out of your damn minds. You do what you gotta do. You gotta do what I do. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You guys gonna do what you're gonna do. Don't follow my crazy ass when I buy like army built on clone troopers. You out of your damn minds.
Hold on. Nate. I'm half joking and I'm half telling the truth. Half joking being people, because we know how the game is. The game is already right, like that you always talk about. There's also the truth, which is every single person who has been streaming has followed it. I'm gonna wait till it gets discounted. I'ma wait. Everyone's waiting. So we see the top sellers, people buy what they want, and everyone but they got the revamped version, right? No one wanted it. Now that it's going low stock, is because people now want it's not low stock. Now it's going to be a rarity. We're going back to the rarity stuff. You know what I mean? It's up and down cycle of, is it going to be a grail? Not every can be grail. You know what I mean? We use that word way too much, and we were waiting for deals all the time. It's like, who could get the best deal, the cheapest, and it's a grail. Everyone's looking for that grail price tag. We've all been, a part of that circle.
Well,
real quick. No, real quick. No, real quick.
No, Lou. I'm trying to
playing the
Lou.
area.
Lou, are you gonna let me talk? I was trying to tell you that your internet is cutting in and out. Lou, your internet's cutting in and out.
Sideshow has learned what you're gonna say. They're cutting off communications.
I was trying to tell this to Lou, but then he's going out his damn mind. I'm like, Lou, listen to me. Yeah, you're cutting in and out, bro.
I'm cutting in and out?
Yeah, but you're good. Now. Oh, you're good now. I was trying to tell you that, but you kept attacking me. But yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're not cutting in and out anymore.
Okay. No, I was saying that we're all at for it. Streamers, we're looking for the deals and stuff, but we also playing the gray game. And a lot of people who are worried about low stock, it's no stock, whatever. It's not happening. You know what I mean? This is a part of the game that we play with when it comes to mass-produced items that cost so much, and we try to look for the best deal, and everyone wants the best deal. No one wants to pay sticker price, and no one wants to pay extra for something that they could have got for low. So that's where we at right now.
Well,
and Sideshow ain't learning nothing. They still doing the same tricks.
The way I feel is that I've always addressed this. No matter what, if you're still looking for the best deal, what have you, all you got to do is just search around and you make that research. You do the research to find that deal you want. And if you want to play the wait game and hopefully this gets in stock and then use coupons, more power to you. But for me, I've always addressed this, that, hey, pre-order what you love. Pre-order what you like. Pre-order what means to you, what's your passion for. Because for me, if I was listening to everybody else saying, wait till it hits discounts, I would not be with an Arena Bullfed right now. So I'm just saying.
None of us would. None of us would.
Yeah, none of us would be. None of us would be. If I had waited, like, yeah, I'm gonna get this discount because it's gonna sit around a bit. No, I pre-ordered Boba Fett, Arena Boba Fett, because he is one of my, if not the favorite character from the Star Wars universe.
Exactly. And now here's the thing, though. We also were educated enough because we've been in the game long enough to see the clues that Sideshow did. We already knew when they did the Hong Kong announcement, right? It was just what, $250 just for Hong Kong on Arena Fet. We already knew based on that limited number just for Hong Kong, the US batch was going to be so super low because A, it's a limited figure because it's comic book based. Still canon, but it's comic book based. And number two, it's Toy Fair. Right off the bat, if it's Toy Fair, you know the batches are going to be insanely low. Just because you can find it on Amazon, you know, from 2019, 2020 batches of the Toy Fair exclusives for super low, doesn't mean it's not going to be produced in a small number. For all we know, Sideshow sold half their lot of the 2020 and 2021 Toy Fair exclusives to Amazon to just get their money out as fast as they could. But this was a limited number batch. We knew because it was Toy Fair. It's the first time Star Wars has ever had a comic book interpretation of a figure done by Hot Toys. They've done it multiple times for Marvel, obviously, but this is like the perfect circle. Limited number, limited appearance that not many people know about, but still canon. And then you look at the number that was made available publicly for Hong Kong. When does Sideshow Hot Toys make numbers available for their batch runs? Almost never, unless it's for Toy Fair.
Broken is like Chrome's Stormtrooper was only 160 figure batch in HK, but the thing is, it's the batches are different between HK stuff and Sideshow. Sideshow will have their allotment of batches for their figures versus the allotment of other countries or other exclusive stores. Sideshow would have their own allotment of it, and also Sideshow did not leave Stormtroopers. When they first started, available for everybody to purchase. They limited it out, so the whole FOMO did not, trigger people when when Arena Boba came in. Everybody was just hunting them down like six purchases all around the first time. So they were doing better this time with the Stormtrooper Chromes. But the thing is, Stormtrooper Chromes, they don't have that freaking FOMO
that pop factor.
That
like,
pop
everyone
factor
and their mom at this point. Yeah, everyone and their mom in this point has Stormtroopers. So there were two issues going against this dropping. Number one, it was the fact that it's the Stormtrooper, not the Clone Trooper. Again, how many years at this point has Hot Toys been doing Stormtroopers? 10 at this point, if not 11. But then look at all the issues that happened with the Clone Chrome Trooper. I'm a victim of that. V was a victim of that. How many other people did unboxings and they had paint issues, whether it's bubbles, scratching, paint chipping. So I canceled my Death Trooper Chrome because of all the issues I had with my Clone Chrome. So once you already have what's supposed to be labeled as, a pristine limited edition figure for Chrome, and it's really bad, it's kind of like that may have had an unnecessary and unintended effect on people buying the Chrome Stormtrooper because of the negative effect of the Clone Trooper and its relationship so close to both releasing.
Yeah, but then that's the thing though. Broken was, that's why we were addressing that. You're comparing a celebrity to a grunt when you got a Stormtrooper, comparing it to Boba Fett. Boba Fett, most Boba Fetts in the past have only lasted 6 months. Exclusive versions, anyway. Let me see. The Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett lasted for about a year, and then the Boba Fett 40th anniversary edition lasted for about 4 to 6 months, and then the Boba Fett 40th anniversary vintage lasted for 4 to 6 months as well. They didn't last that long. So this Arena Boba Fett, that hype train for it wasn't going to last. The Arena Boba Fett does not have the Stormtrooper Chrome Trooper figure does not have the same hype train that the Arena Boba Fett. But Don, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on to Lane because we have not heard Lane yet. Lane.
Okay. What were you wanting me to specifically comment on?
So pretty much we were addressing the whole you know pre-order what you love, pre-order what you like versus like waiting for a discount on that figure. You can pick and choose which figures you want to wait for a discount, but at the end of the day, just start off with pre-ordering what you like. Versus,
I think you really have to look at what the character is and stuff. Like you were pointing out, the KX droid, or for possible upcoming figures that you might have to look at. Something like from Obi-Wan, the Grand Inquisitor and Reva, if they end up putting out Fifth Brother and Fourth Sister, those are, characters you might have to consider, if you're on the fence necessarily, or you're having to budget-wise for figures for 2023, 2024, if they are announced, those are figures you might have to be more, you have to make your mind up sooner if you're going to get them or not, than if you wouldn't necessarily are you going to get that Obi-Wan, or if you have a Vader, should you get that Darth Vader or whatever, they're going to hang around longer. You have more time. I don't know about necessarily bargain bin. I think the bargain bin is not going to be around so much anymore because Hottoys don't want to put a short trooper for 30% off anymore. They don't want to do that, or Sideshow doesn't want to. But I think you have to look at the character and stuff. It's going to be more by analysis is, do you want a background character for a show? If there's multiple, if there's only like an MCU show and there's just one figure out, like it's the main character and that's it, well, then you can decide, do I get that character or not, kind of thing. But if they're going to have a line of them or something like that, like Mando season 3, that's going to be one we know there's going to be multiple figures of. And there's going to probably be some background people where you might go, do I really need this? Do I need to take up space? But you have to make up your mind. Instead of waiting a year, you might have to, in a couple months, make up your mind if you're really going to commit to buying those characters, or are you going to stick to main characters or whatever, I think that's going to be the effect on people, maybe purchasing habits and how you view and also properties. Are you going to go all in on a show, or are you going to just get maybe one or two and then that's it? Or like there's troopers. Are you going to commit to a trooper, or are you going to go like Nate and buy 10 of them?
Yeah, your daddy.
Six.
So I want to address Broken real quick. Mando Boba Fett is the first actual Boba Fett to sit and go on to discount. Well, there was some discounts that did occur with the other Boba Fetts as well. The Boba Fett Deluxe Edition before 40th was free shipping because it was sitting. Mm-hmm. It was still sitting for a year. I know because I'm the one that bought it for free shipping at the time. So these Boba Fetts, they do sit long enough. Not only in the Mando Boba Fett. The Mando Boba Fett is the one that sat long enough to where they're getting heavy discounted. That's true though. I do agree on that. But Mando Boba Fett is not the first Boba Fett that got discounted. The free shippings started occurring with the other Boba Fetts. So especially the deluxe version of the Boba Fett. Not the 40th, but the Empire Strikes Back original 40th. Before it got hit with the 40th edition release.
Yeah. Well, I agree what Lane said. You buy the character you want, secondary, third characters, you could wait for the bargain bin if you want to. Just gotta try to study the game, and no one really knows the game, not even Denovi, because sometimes he has to backtrack and he admits it himself. So if an OG collector,
Back to the Futures, yep.
Back to the Futures, there's a way to play, and sometimes we get caught up in the pattern, and the pattern switches because we miscalculated. So that means the calculations doesn't matter. This is all unpredictable. So you just got to buy what you want, and whatever you are trying to catch up on, and it's on bargain bin, then that's the deal for you. That's the smart way to collect is buy what you want, and what you're not sure about, bargain bin.
Mm-hmm. Now you can exactly. Now you can always just follow our rules, just the gray area.
All right?
Yes.
Don't do anything I would do, and definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
What does that mean, that I'm an Avenger?
No.
Take our information and use it to your advantage. That's all I ask. Just take the information that we provide, and you make your decisions on whether or not you want to pre-order figure or not. So.
Facts.
But facts on racks on stacks on racks on racks on stacks on stacks on racks. So speaking of facts on stacks on racks on racks on stacks on stacks on racks, right? I do want to address one thing. Wait. Thanks to Nate, I FOMO'd about the Peacemaker. I'm not looking back. I want. Hey, it's waitlisted now. So hey, there you go. So that's the figure you wanted, right? There you go. It's waitlisted. You ain't gonna get that back. I haven't heard anybody getting waitlist conversions on Peacemaker. So there you go. Yo, hey, congrats. You take my knowledge and then use it to your advantage. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Hey, Nate produces the package for our fans, for you, the viewers.
Pause.
Yeah,
there's only one tripod daddy in this house.
Family channel.
Back to you, the people. Gotham is yours.
Gotham is yours.
Ooh.
But I did want to address the racks on stacks.
Armory graciously accepted.
I'm still waiting for that armory, clear armory though. I'm still waiting for that.
We might be waiting for that for a while, bro.
Hey, you never know. New York Comic Con, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Did you guys notice that the armorized Deadpool got pushed up?
Yep. November to December now.
Yep.
So you know what that means, right?
We'll see it in March of next year.
No, it actually sold better, or it was
stop production.
Exactly. It's either one of two things. It either sold better so they could push it quicker, or the numbers were so low they just said stop and we're going to push everything we have out now. It's either one of the two.
Yeah, it could be it also could be the productions are being wholesaled, which it is because of what's going on.
Speaking of with Deadpool, I guess we're already all planning for 2025 our Deadpool Wolverine 2-pack.
Oh yeah, that will be fun. But we ain't gonna address that right now.
I'll just say I took advantage of Popcultcha and I got my Dusty Deadpool for like what $133 shipped.
Yeah, so that's great deal on that.
So
again, guys, you just gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Vulture, let's go. But one thing I wanted to address because you mentioned Dusty Deadpool. Optical 20. Son of a damn it! The bots are back. Okay,
get the booty bots. Get the booty bots.
The bots aren't welcome.
Order 66 on the booty bots.
They're gone. The booty bots are gone. Okay. So
the booty
let's
bots.
get back to this. So
hey, Kate, that's the next shirt. No booty bots.
I like that. Like the booty bots are showing the booty, and I'm like,
no, we need the Futurama booty bots. You remember Futurama? Like Bender's bots?
No, not even. You know how Bender was walking, like, yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it.
Yep.
Hey, Bender, you're so hot. Like, shut up, B. I know it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. So that'd be a cool shirt. Now, but real quick though, my our buddies over at Will Falsification, they had a stream yesterday, and Optical 20 brought up a very good point, and he's been on this freaking Hot Toys train since the very beginning, right? So I do want to hear his thoughts about it because I did hear his thoughts, but I want to share with you guys because it does address to what we were talking about today about the rising of prices. Mm-hmm. Let's bring that up real quick.
Yeah. But am I surprised it's 300? And why would anything surprise you at Hot Toys at this point, right? They could charge anything for any. I mean, they have no rhyme or reason with their pricing, with their release dates, with the figures that they, so it's. I've been in this hobby for so long that when it was $190, people were like, "Are we gonna see figures now at $200?" And then we became 200. It was like, when is enough at 250? Then now we're 300. We're gonna hear it again at 350. It feels like they are in an increment of 50. So when it goes up,
absolutely right.
I can't keep up with this anymore, man. I mean, these figures are getting more and more expensive now. A regular MMS is 300. I mean, how are we going to be able to collect? How much is in art again? 500. Add 2 cards.
Yeah, you call bitches and buying 2.
God, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck.
So
why do I feel like Obi-Wan? Back before the old times. Back
before the Empire. So that's the thing, though. I wanted to address that because Will Falsification, Optical 20 brought up a very good point. The prices started rising, and people were asking the same questions. Are we now going to spend $200? Are we now going to spend $250 on Hot? Now we're in the same situation now where collectors are asking, are we literally going to spend $300 on a regular figure? Because look at now, Black Adam Now, don't get me wrong. Black Adam, the price tags on the whole set is actually well worth it compared to what we got with Cobb Vanth. Cobb Vanth, compared to this, because this is a DX, new body, new materials, USB powered, and a diorama base for 360.
And two head sculpts.
And two head sculpts compared to Cobb Vanth's $300.
This is more, bro. This is a DX.
This is a DX. So the way I'm seeing it is that at some point we are going to be spending $300 per figure on the regular. Like Cobb Vanth, it's just a regular figure.
Well, head sculpt figures. There's going to be a difference. Head sculpt figures versus helmeted figures.
Yeah.
So I think the helmeted figures are going to be, Sideshow's back end safe play. So I don't think you're going to see those rise above 275 for, and again, 6 months to a year. I think those are safe. Again, Stormtroopers, even new Mandos. If they don't have head sculpts and they don't have any specific accessories that require remolding, and they're, again, don't have the huge body like Heavy Mando. Again, and this is just my wish, this is just my hope. 275 might be that max for 6 months to a year. Again, no head sculpt figures, only helmeted. Now, the thing with the head sculpt, again, you're not just including the cost of licensing, like for Timothy Olympiad. You also have to include the price of potentially trying to recruit new artists. Again, in arts, they basically head sculpt Viper to work as not necessarily a direct sculptor and painter, but more to overrun the QC production process. Now, for something like this, as we've been heard, if Hot Toys is, basically farming out work, if they've got somebody and they want to headhunt them, they also at this point need to pay extra money. So we also paying headhunting prices now for certain sculpts. Again, I might be completely wrong. I might be right. I might be somewhere in the middle. But again, certain companies try to headhunt certain sculptors from Hot Toys. So at this point, Hot Toys needs to do the same to other companies. That may also include third-party companies.
Well, that's what they did with Cobb Vanth. That's why he's so expensive. 300.
Exactly. And you know where I was going for, and you were reinforcing my point. So you know where I was going with that.
Yeah. I'm just pushing that out there to you. Like, I agree. Like, that's what they did with Cobb Vanth. That's why he's $300. And also the fact that I believe that Timothy Oliphant also has a stake on that too, because of the rising prices on, I guess, licensing for him compared to Dwayne Rock Johnson. He was at this point, he was quite reasonable, because this could have been a 450, 460.
Well, here's the thing though. Here's the thing, though, and I do not know if this may come into effect. He actually signed the deal with DC and the DC movie department directly. He actually signed the contract to play Black Adam almost 8 years ago, if not 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if the original merchandising and licensing or licensing deals are tied in the original contract.
Well,
the only thing that would be back.
Hey, go ahead, Lou. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing when it comes to licensing and whatever. The percentage is whatever the percentage is that they get back. Their kickback is the same, regardless of the amount that's distributed. The percentage is what they get back. So let's say they get back 5% in their contract. Whatever they sell, regardless if it's 200, 300, 500, whatever, they get the percentage of what that is. So I don't think it's that. What I think it is, it's DC. It's not Marvel, and it's not
DC is
Star
cheaper.
Wars.
Yeah,
DC is cheaper. They've always been a little bit more on the cheaper end of the scale, with the exception of a couple of figures. Yeah, a couple of figures from Star Wars, because of the NRD. There wasn't much NRD. There's a lot of rehashes, right? But those the prices keep going up, and so I think it's more of materials, taxes, and all that other stuff that's going on there, plus recoups for the down factories that happen across seas. Because this is not the only company that's suffering from stuff like this. Mezco is also going through that. That's why we haven't seen a lot of their products coming back up. They're not as vocal, but my guy in the inside told me the same thing that's happening with Hot Toys is the same thing that's happening with Mezco, but on a bigger scale because they're a smaller company in comparison.
So that's true. That is very true. It's happening everywhere. And before we get to Lane, because I wanted Lane to address the statues, because statues are going through this as well. I do want to say hello to Mike Hawes. Hey, Mike Hawes, I hope you're doing all right over there. I know you were preparing for the Hurricane Ian down there. Hope you're okay.
Yeah,
everybody was asking about you. Everybody was asking about you on the chat, man. It was crazy. But
real quick before Lane goes, I just gotta say this: Geeking Out and everyone that's in the chat, everyone on the panel, I think we have one of the tightest groups ever, because I don't see on any other toy platform talk about other individuals like, yo, have you heard from this guy? Have you heard of this guy? We literally care about each other. So respect and prayers to everyone there who actually give a damn about each other. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, I hear you. No, Loco, I hear you. I talk to some of these commenters quite often on Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, it's there.
Thank you, Lou. I appreciate that, man. Because it's good to hear that that's how you feel, about Geeking Out. Because I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. It helps my spirits.
I still just think though it's pretty amazing that the first hurricane I ever lived through was when I was in Don State. That's when I got hit by my first hurricane.
Hurricane Hugo, 93, first one I can remember.
No, mine was later, late 90s, early 2000s. I forget. Andrew?
I remember being like 10 years old and having to help my dad last minute cut down a tree so it wouldn't hit the house. And this was in Massachusetts at the time. So
wow.
In Vermont, I remember having to put out sandbags in front of the college student dorms because we had tons of water coming down the side of the hill that we were positioned on, and it was crazy.
Shoot, we didn't have nothing like that in Manhattan. Shoot, I've lived in the project right there next to the East River. The first floor flooded in my project department. Like we are literally below sea level, and it rose. Like literally, the First Avenue completely flooded. You couldn't drive through there. You couldn't drive through it because the first floors was flooded already. It was that bad. But I don't want to digress into hurricanes. Much peace and respect. Let's get back.
I got family.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, okay, we got a super chat, y'all. Mr. Mom Collectibles Geeking Out equals bam.
Bye-bye.
I don't have friends. I got family.
All right. So, Lane, so I've seen. So yeah, that's right. The statues, because you collect a lot of statues, or you're more.
I've collected statues on and off for like 25 years.
So tell me how's that coming along? Because not only Hot Toys are going up, Mezco are going up, everything is going up. Yeah. But I've been hearing statues are doing the same thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a little bit different measurables, obviously, and stuff with statues because the range for even statue collectibles is, $14,000 for a life size versus, $600 for a quarter scale, maybe sideshow statue. But hold on, we got a super chat real quick.
Thank you, Lane. Jonathan okay with a $10 super chat. Just show us some love to Geekin Out crew. Thanks for all you provide. May the goats live forever. Absolutely, the goats will live forever, my
guy. There we go.
All right, Lane, continue.
Yeah, so it has been similar. So like we were talking about some, and we just had some people talking in chat when we first got started who had purchased some of the J&D statues, which kind of for third scale is considered one of the most expensive of that, statue collecting, leaving out life-size bust or life-size statues. But just in the past year, as Nate, I sent you earlier, just as a comparison, Last year we had the Catwoman Jnd Statue, which was $1,999 if you ordered it directly from J&D, and pricing was various about different depending where you picked it up. But Mara, which was one put out earlier this year, her pricing for when she went for it, and these are both sold out now, was $2,199. So it went up $200 in I think less than a year in comparison for what their original price was. Now Wonder Woman here, this is a different thing. This is the platinum. This one's is supposed to be a more expensive version. So she's $3,199. There's supposed to be more silicone and other stuff. So this one isn't necessarily the best comparison. And it looks like we've got a goat train.
Yeah, we got a goat train. Jeff, with the $20 there was a family. I feel a goat train coming on. Oh my God, more goats.
Let the goats commence.
That's Chase with the $5. I hope everyone's staying asleep.
Oh, damn.
Much love.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you from Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a good thing.
All right.
But we can say, but I mean, Nate, if you just want to scroll down just even a little bit there underneath that, where you've got the ones, you can see the pricing: $2,199, $2,499. Just these guys have all been up in pre-order in the last year, and their pricing went up, a couple $100 at least. And I can put into context for, let's say, Sideshow, which is considered kind of at this point because of all the companies that have popped up in the last few years that do high-end statues. When I bought in 2017, 2018, I got a cheetah statue directly from them that was like $399, which was an average, quarter scale statue from them. The average quarter scale from Sideshow now probably starts around $600. So as you can see, just even for the pricing for them has gone up, and that's not including shipping. Shipping's the big thing. There's some statues and stuff they talk about with the increase in pricing and shipping. Some statues of like some of the busts and stuff and some of the other really big statues could be around $1,000 to get shipped. Like quarter scale Hulkbuster and stuff from Queen. But statues are going up a lot. Now, this is obviously a little bit different when you're facing price increase, but percentage-wise, I'm willing to bet they're pretty much on similar footing. If you comparison what Hot Toys increases versus what statue. I think that's about, you saw about a 10% increase. All right. Let the goats begin.
The goats are coming back, y'all. My God, send the $5
Wait. Show us more.
But some also Ric Flair. Wow, that was
just
something I'm
scored.
not sure if I'll forget anytime soon.
Woo!
But
Okay. So
now, what you were saying though, just going back to, but I would just say but quarter scales, even those have a wide range. I mean, you're on average can be paying, depending on what the characters and who the maker is of it. But there are a lot of statues now, $900 to $1,000. Or I know one Prime one has, quarter scale Witch King. There's two different versions of it. One is $1,200 and one's $1,500 for a quarter scale statue. I mean, it's a big one, but it's still a quarter scale.
Has this been, naturally being raised, versus what's going on with Hot Toys, where things are is it by natural? I mean, is it comparable to what Hot Toys has been the past 2 years? Versus the 5 years of slowly rising to 300. We literally took took about a year to get to 300.
Yeah, well, that's
it took quite a leap. So
J&D jumped $200. So I think within 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, but is that proportionally accurate to what Hot Toys is releasing, based on what that product was, say 6 months ago versus what they're charging now, and then you take all the factors in? Is it proportionally equivalent?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, is it proportionally equivalent?
I think so, relatively. The pricing, it somewhat would also depends a little bit on the maker though too, and who making them, because with the different scales and everything. But all the prices, you can't. In just the last year, a lot of the prices have gone up for a lot of their statues and figures just in comparison. Like we just had Harley Quinn come out at third scale that was like 1,200, versus all the new ones are being more like 1,600 to 1,700. Like for the Shazam, or not Shazam, Black Adam third scale statue that just got announced recently within the past, I think, month or so, 6 weeks. That one's like $1,750 for the deluxe one on Sideshow. I mean, where a lot of the previous ones were like 1,500, 1,400.
Yeah,
from even earlier this year.
But statues is a different animal altogether, and they're gonna price their stuff differently.
And they still, I think the percentage of price increase is on similar footing with Hot Toys.
I wouldn't say that, because if you look at the numbers of pre-orders as far as items, that's different items made in separate different factories. So that's multiples spread out. And, you know, I don't know if it's equivalent as far as like the pre-order numbers of, okay, how many pre-orders we got, including SKUs, right? That's
the caveat. That's the asterisk if you include SKUs, because some of these figures have 2 or 3 SKUs to themselves.
Bingo.
That's the caveat.
They do count the SKUs too, the multiple SKUs here at Sideshow. So
there are multiple SKUs for a lot of statues too.
Yeah, because I know statues have maybe like 1 or 2 variants, right?
Yeah.
We're at 137 pre-orders right now.
Mm-hmm. And then in comparison to the statues, the like J&D or Queen, whatever, like that's what I'm talking about. Like pre-order numbers as far as
remember, there's going to be a subtle difference. There's going to be a subtle difference too, is that statues all have a production run number. Now, Sideshow likes the to be determined their stuff, so they can have massive. That 5th scale Vader Mythos is 11,000 for the production run. And a lot of people who are statue collectors went, "What is that?" But a lot of times they're much smaller. Like
yeah, can I just jump in real quick? I want to so I got my first statue, and I kind of, screw going small. I got my Blitzway, the quarter scale Apollo 11. The first man on the moon. And so the thing is, like, that thing might be numbered. I know there are no other variants, and aside from Amazon, it's sold out everywhere in the world. And I'll just say this: I got mine from Marcos. Yeah, I paid a little bit more from Amazon, but if I actually had to pay the shipping on this thing, I'd be looking at $300 to $400 minimum. More.
Yeah,
because just the shipping box, not the box that the actual statue came in, just the shipping box. I could actually physically put my body into the shipping box.
Yep. The shipping on statues way, way more expensive.
And again, shout out to Collector Zone for taking care of me on that.
So at the end of the day, like I do feel that everyone is being affected. Not only Hot Toys. I know a lot of people were complaining about the rising in price of Hot Toys, but you look at elsewhere, everyone is getting affected by rising prices. But
hell yeah!
But one thing I do want to address though is that you gotta pretty much pre-order smart and pretty much be selective with who you're going to purchase now or who you want to purchase.
And a lot of times
figures are going to be sitting at $300 now. Like if that's going to be the norm now going forward, it's going to be the norm with your
you have to be more selective.
Like, you're either going to be selective, or if you do want to find deals, you got to do the research to find these deals. One thing I do want to bring up though, Optical 20, he brought up that, no matter the price is, if you're patient enough, you will, like, I'm paraphrasing, but if you're patient enough, you will be able to find the price you want on a figure.
Patience pays off, basically.
Exactly.
Yes.
And also checking other various sources and stuff too. Being thorough.
Yeah,
where you can maybe find it. I mean,
I know a lot of people hate Facebook, but join Facebook, join the buy sell trade groups. I mean, you're gonna find deals potentially. People are gonna basically, they need the space. They don't necessarily need the money, so they'll sell it to a collector and just recoup what they want. but at the same time, they're in no need to sell it. You know, versus other times, people are, again, we're coming up to Christmas. So we're almost essentially running into the golden time of the year. People are going to sell figures for almost dirt cheap because they need money for Christmas presents, to pay bills, to settle up for the end of the year. So again, if you're not on Facebook, again, just do it to join 6 Scale Survival Guide in the buy, sell, trade groups and Collector Zone to get your coupon codes for 17 to 20% off items there. And just, again, we're not telling you to do this other than it's going to save you money. Do your research. Again, if you're in the game for the long haul, it's not just simply putting the money down for an order and getting the figure. And again, they're just statues, toys, whatever. But if you're putting the investment in money in, you need to put the investment in time, both with the research you do to get what you want and to make sure you're not getting ripped off. But also on the flip side, if you've got a certain value invested into your collection, you also kind of need to put that back at least 10% in your display. You know, it's one of those things. I have the rule. Once you reach a worth over a certain value, you need to put 5 to 10% back in how you display it. Because at that point, again, deep toffs aren't necessarily wrong, but once you reach a certain collection level, they're undervaluating. They're under displaying what you have. For lack of a better word.
Appreciates your display. Basically, what happens is you've outgrown the DTOF.
Exactly.
You have to upgrade. That's basically what Don's saying. But I wanted to bring something to light as well, which circles back to what we were saying before, everything going up. Look at Hasbro. They literally said that they were going to change the boxes up because of the plastic, right, to cut costs when nothing's changed in price. Everything, if anything, it went up. Yep. Look at what's happening with that bullcrap HasLab charger.
That's a ripoff.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Guaranteed, you have some pieces that pop out and stuff like that. But how much you want to bet that thing is more hollow than the old Playmates Turtle van? You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not a Super 7 Turtle van. Super 7 got layers. Even that third party has layers and a light up feature. You know, it's like, and it's huge. It's massive. Got to know when to justify the price for you as a collector, but at the same token, everyone's getting affected. It's not just Hot Toys. It's not statues only. Every single collector is suffering the price gouge.
Oh my God, goes up Loco. You look like freaking Soldier Boy from
Yep. No, bring your hair back, dude. You bring your hair back to the front. No.
You look like Soldier Boy from
dude.
You had it. Soldier Boy from
The Boys. Yeah, you're the Puerto Rican version of Soldier Boy. When you had that haircut, you had that the beard.
Listen.
El Soldado.
Listen, don't make me self-destruct on your ass. I'll let you get the tripod.
Yep. Real quick before we forget. So Mike Hawes, thank you very much for that super chat. We know you've been a long-time viewer and supporter, so hit me up either on Facebook or Instagram. We're gonna send you a battle pack.
Nice.
Mike Hawes. Don't forget.
Yeah, I think Mike is still watching. Let me see. What did I want to? Yeah, you should cosplay. That's the cosplay for next year. There you go. Because I think he's coming back too.
Yeah, he should.
He should be coming back. For Soldier Boy, Boys season 4. I think season 4. So I know people are probably asking because I'm saying that there's ways to go around and purchase your figures on the price that you want. There's always ways. You got to play the patient game or the wait game. But for me, do you guys feel that I am going to lessen myself when these prices do go up and I won't react the same way I usually do if the price is out of your damn mind? Are you out of your damn mind? Hell to the nah! I'm still going to react accordingly because this freaking Doctor Strange was ridiculous, y'all. Freaking $335. $335. Oh, damn.
Nate,
what were you smoking? What were you smoking? What's up?
Cue the no clip.
Oh, you want the no?
Give me the
Oh,
no.
no,
Give me the
no,
no.
I'm gonna give you the no. I'm gonna give you the no. Give me a second. Let me see. Where is that no? There you go. I want the no.
I was
Oh.
there.
No!
You had a thicker beard back then.
And that was my winter beard.
That was winter beard, baby. We got this at the end of winter, and it was like we were waiting for Doctor Strange stuff. You know, we was like, okay, when we're gonna get it? We got it, and like, no. Like, but Nate really took it hard. You saw his no. You felt his pain.
No,
You felt his wallet's pain.
Yeah, I felt my wallet's pain. But hey, again, guys, I'm gonna be playing accordingly with this. Like $335, it ain't gonna be going out the door for me on nearly $400. No, I'm gonna play the coupon game. I'm gonna play smart with this. Play smart with your wallet.
This is when we wouldn't be surprised it's gonna be in stock for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
With
I'll
all
be
the
honest
Doctor
real
Strange.
quick with the price increases. It's almost that unintended effect. Like Hot Toys keeps going up in price, and then I'm almost like, okay, if I'm already spending this much, what quarter scales are available? Or at this point, because I've already got my first dose, I'm like, what other statues are available? And again, I know I've said, I'm not going to jump into statue. Dude, it's like you thought Hot Toys were addicting. Once you get your first one, especially if it's a high quality piece, very detailed, you're looking at it like, I want more. But it's one of those things for me. It's like I need to be selective because my Apollo 11 astronaut, that's a very specific piece, but it's also mixed media. You know, it's polystone, but it's also metal. It's soft fabric. It's got the wiring. It's got, you know, even in his hand, he's got a soil container sample canister that's made of metal. So I want my next statue to be of that same quality. I don't want it to be just a flat polystone statue. I want it to be the full mixed media statue, if that makes sense.
So
Like,
Don, that's a
Wolverine and
good
the Saber
point. Don, that is a good point because I've been seeing a lot of posts as lately because people are seeing the rise in prices of. That's another thing I want to bring up with the stream. The rise in prices of Hot Toys right now, $300 per figure. Then the thing is, according you gotta work this out according to your quarter scales and then your statue prices. If we're paying this much for certain figures, at that point, collectors might decide, you know what, if I'm already paying $400 or $500 on a figure, on a 1/6 scale figure, I might as well move over to a statue at that point of that character or a higher end version of this character, Inarts high end,
or the quarter scale, yeah,
or go to a quarter scale version of that character from Hot Toys. I feel that Hot Toys will find a balance at some point because they can't go higher than certain avenues unless that's what they're planning to do, to go higher to the point where they do become more of an exclusive figure game because no one can afford these anymore at that point.
Higher, faster, bigger prices, baby.
So then the collectors have been asking for, the return of the exclusivity. Well, if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it anymore. It's going to be exclusive to the ones that can, with the racks of stacks of stacks of racks of racks. But the thing is, but those that do, but those that can't afford it, they're probably going to be like, you know what? Why am I spending this much money anyway? If I could move this over to statues or quarter scales, or even that, go to Inart, if they're going to be dropping that kind of money.
Yeah, and again, I'll bring it up an example. So I have the DID Buzz Aldrin, and then I have the statue Neil Armstrong. Now I paid, about 900-ish for the statue, and I paid about 400 for the 1/6 scale figure. I love the 1/6 scale figure, but when you actually look at the two and you equate what I paid for both, I actually think the statue, for what it presents, is a much overall display value. I've gotten more bang for my buck, so to say, with a quarter scale statue at 900 than I did with the 1/6 scale figure, including all the bells and whistles, its special display base, the static American flag, all that stuff. And the thing is, the statue is not even quote unquote accurate to the wiring hose diagram that they actually wore on the moon, but I still think it has a better display value. it's more of a presence. It's more of a, people are going to look at that. They're going to be instantaneously drawn to that. And again, I'm not buying these for other people's display, but even when I come into my own room, I'm instantaneously drawn to that, not the 1/6 scale figure. And so I've talked about this in the past, but I can understand why people will potentially move away from 1/6 to statues, because
especially if they're paying that price, right? Especially if they're paying
Yeah.
that price. Let's
See,
say
'cause-
we spend let's say, God forbid, I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, then it's the nature of the beast. But what if Hot Toys does, like, your regular dudes, your Yolenas at $400? If the Yolena is $400 and the in are to like $600 now, because prices are going to go up. But I'm hoping that there is a kind of like a midpoint where Hot Toys will be like, okay, we ain't gonna go any higher.
A cap.
Yeah, a cap where we ain't gonna go any higher, but we're gonna throw a lot more accessories to you if we do. Like, well, I mean, I'm okay with the prices going slightly higher. For example, the Black Adam 360, but you get all that stuff that comes with it, like more bang for your buck. But if you give me a Doctor Strange for $335 compared to your other Doctor Stranges, and you don't give me barely anything other than just a second head sculpt of just a same mold of the previous head sculpt, that's pretty much the same mold. That's, you can tell from the blurriness of that sculpt. That's the same damn Infinity War Doctor Strange with a freaking third eye. You mean to tell me it's $30 more for that? Are you out of your damn mind? So I'm just saying, I am going to react accordingly if you are going to be screwing us over with certain prices, especially with the accessories we have. If you're giving me, if you give us the proper accessories and bases and the proper enhancements for certain figures, and especially with the price increase, then I'm cool with that. But I
got a question.
Yep.
Excluding the base, which was the first Spider-Man figure to be $300 out the gate without a display base?
Iron Spider, I think.
Was it
because wasn't there two versions of Iron Spider, or am I thinking that wrong?
You're thinking it wrong, because there's the video game version and then there's the one from
you're completely right. So I'm trying to think. It might have been.
Was it?
Are we talking out the door or retail?
We're talking Sideshow.
Without tax or shipping, right?
Yeah,
list price was over $300.
Just starting, yeah.
Jesus! It might have been the first No Way Home one.
Was it? Because I remember the first No Way Home was the actual teased figure, and that's the black suit, and that was $290. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was the black and gold suit.
Now you're making me think, Logo.
So here's the thing, though. Regular figures right now, for example, Spider-Man upgraded suit, that was $251. That was far from home. That was $251. So so you're asking $300, right? $285 for Spider-Man integrated right now. The first one, but that was the deluxe set. That was the self suit, deluxe set. But you're talking about regular, right? No deluxe.
Regular, no deluxe, just plain Jane, no extra nothing.
You mean the collector version?
Collector version, because with Doctor Strange, there's a collector version and deluxe edition, right?
I believe it's our boy
Andrew.
Toby.
Oh, Toby.
He was the first one to come up for $300 straight out the gate, right?
300 regular edition, 300
collector, regular.
The second one to follow suit was that the Disney one.
That's right. Yeah, the exclusive deluxe set. That was an exclusive deluxe set, though. But still, yeah.
So what, the D23 churro?
The D23 churro was $300, and then without the gate with the taxes and everything, came up to like $330. Then when they put it up for Sideshow, it's $300.
No, I think it'll be $285 because it doesn't include the deluxe set. We'll see what happens.
Isn't it up yet?
No, it's not.
It's going to be a con. I think it'll come. Honestly, Loco, I think it'll go up Thursday or Friday.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. I think it'll be $265 because there's two main differences. One, it doesn't include the churro, the soda, or the magazine and the pamphlet. And number two, the box art is going to be different because the D23 version actually has D23 on the box.
No, it don't. I have it. It doesn't.
Really? Because I thought it did. Or
no, that's the Captain America. Captain America had the D23 logo on it.
I thought. I'm sorry. I thought it had a D23 like inscription under the hot toy on the left side.
Nope. And it was and this is how you know this item was rushed, because there is slight QC issues on some of them, and that's been going around.
But yeah,
okay.
The art boxes are different though. I've seen the art box for the regular version of that set. I don't think the regular set is going to be priced up as the deluxe, because the deluxe it comes with several accessories and it merits that 300. Well, doesn't really, but for the accessories, not really 300 now. But that more about 285. But I think the regular edition is going to be 285, 270, and then this is going to be yours is going to be the 300 deluxe. But we'll see. Maybe it does become 300. We'll see in the next few days if it's up for pre-order. But what you were trying to get at, or you trying to say?
I was getting at the point, like, all right, we saw that Doctor Strange, he had a tremendous price hike.
Yep.
Between then and then. Look at the differences with Spider-Man. It's getting a price hike too.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that with the bases and dioramas. They're like squeezing us into that market. It's how much was the Battle Damage promo edition?
$345.
$345.
That came with a base though. And
that came with a base though, and a head sculpt. But there's 2 SKUs for that, is it not?
No, just one. Just one.
So it was 1 SKU for that. So the one that had 2 SKUs was the integrated suit.
Integrated suits, yes.
And even with that, was that 300 or less? 285.
But I mean, same ballpark.
The regular edition was 285. Yeah.
Look how fast $15, $20 moves up within the SKUs of quarterly to half the year to a year. They're like playing catch up from whatever the pandemic did to them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I feel that the pandemic is playing a role in this as well, as far as like trying to play catch up with because I feel that at some point we are going to be capping, but of all the price hikes, because the thing is we've been talking about that we're going to be paying $300 for a regular set, not your like deluxe
like
set,
Yelena. Like Yelena.
Yeah, Yelena, she was like ridiculous.
She was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You get nothing. You get a headset, and that's it.
Well,
and
yeah,
the price kept going higher for better stuff.
Even the recent, we had Kate just go, who went waitlist. She was 270, and she doesn't come with a ton of stuff.
No, I could care less. I'll get her when no one wants her no more.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel the same way. Or get the new. I feel like if she comes back, like I was gonna get the newer version. I really don't like that particular version because of that freaking pimple white bandage on her cheek. But we'll see what happens. If
Avengers version is what we should go for.
Yeah, Avengers. Yeah.
So I'm not sweating it. Because people are gonna be passing her around like a doorknob. Wait. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing too. Hawkeye never came out, so that's why it never pushed me to pre-order her either. Like if Hawkeye did come out, that would have helped me push her. I'm like, okay, cool. So I just get her and
companion pieces.
And exactly. We've always been talking about companion pieces. Companion pieces are always a good. That's why Hottoys needs to be on top of their game with companion pieces, because it helps build up sales.
So are any of you guys getting this one for the 300?
Yeah.
Are you out of your damn mind?
No, deluxe, baby.
Deluxe all day, baby. It's ridiculous. $445, but hey.
Listen, $445 may be ridiculous, but look at the size of that base.
Oh yeah,
that base is at least 3 figures, like across. You get what I'm saying? That's a massive base, and is actually better than the one from Spider-Man 3. So you get a twofer with this one right here. It, yes, is representing the No Way Home. But this is also representing Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
You get a double dose. Why not get the upgrade? This is better than the original release because you couldn't get the Sandman base without getting the black suit. Granted, we won't see that black suit ever again, but that's not my favorite black suit. My black suit has to have the white spider on it.
But either way, guys, we are entering the new phase of pricing. We are going to be seeing more figures, your regular Joe Schmoes being $300. Now we are going to get figures that are like $250, $260. Those are ones that have maybe cheaper license, or it's going to be troopers with no head sculpts. But the troopers with head sculpts are going to be priced up between $300 and $320. That's why I see what's going to happen. I do feel that I don't think Hot Toys is going to go past a certain point, because they got to be relative to what's within the market. Unless Howie actually has a freaking grudge against all of us coming in, like, yo, Adart is gonna be the destroyer of Hot Toys, and he sold everybody multiples of the Jokers for $500 and $1,000, and they were and I was like, oh, so you guys can spend $500 to $1,000 on your Jokers. Well, we could probably do the same with our Hot Toys. I'm like, damn, Hot Toys, yo, Howie, chill.
Hey, I canceled mine. I canceled mine after the interview. Howie, I'm a convert. I am a core member. I strayed, but I canceled and rectified it. Give me penance.
Yeah, exactly.
If you notice on that Spider-Man, though, I think we're gonna get the same type of material that we got with Tom Holland's suit, where it's a mixer of the rubbery material and the soft goods. Because look how shiny those blues and the way it wrinkles up. That's going to be the new textured stuff. It's not going to be what we used to get with the Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man, that it was all fabric, which I think is a mistake. They should have went all fabric with this one. Just wanted to throw that in there, shoehorn in there, because that right there worries me. That worries me.
So that means you might have to buy two of them. So one for play and one for display.
Oh yeah, there's always one for play, one for display. Like for the trio, the Trinity of Spider-Man, yeah, you're gonna have, the three chilling, and then you got the ones for display.
Oilers, come on, you are Howie Spy. Get out of here, Oilers. Come on, man.
We know who's doing the diorama bases. We know.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna see your big ass base, me and Loco, in like 3-4 days, anyways, in person.
Dude, I'm trying to see if anyone got a extra Thursday pass. I'm off Thursday, so I wanted to see if I could squeeze in.
But
that's what she said.
So I wanted to bring up.
I gotta say that's up.
I wanted to bring up something real quick. With Hot Toys, like I said, prices are inevitable. The rising of prices are inevitable. But you got to be smart with your wallets, smart with your pre-orders. So don't overdo it. If you feel that you might be able to get this cheaper later on, more power to you. Just do the research. Be mindful of the blue screens, or also have backups for those blue screens. If you don't want to get it at Sideshow, you get it elsewhere cheaper. Collector Zone. They do a certain percentage off if you buy it outright complete at the first, but you have to be part of that Facebook group to get those deals as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta do the research. You gotta play the game. If you want the best, you gotta play. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get that prototype Boba Fett from your screen and put it to mine. Hold up.
No. Hey, Daddy Joe.
Well, I'm trying to get behind it too and get that whole away from me.
Oh my God.
No, Loco. No, don't let me get the water bottle. Snish, 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 snish. Bad cat.
Let me ask for you guys though. We were talking about how it's SKUs and stuff like that. How do you does it feel weird a little bit, like how they're handling the SKUs, say for this figure with the rocks, and there's the gold armor and the regular and the black armor or whatever versions of the that are deluxe versions that are the same price? Doesn't it seem like that makes things a little bit confusing, possibly for the average customer? Because
the average customer ain't buying this.
At first, well, you know what? That brought up a very good moment here. Give me a second. I gotta bring up.
So there's no difference in price between the two?
No difference in price.
The same deluxes are the same price.
So yeah,
that sucks.
Lane,
that sucks. Because
here's the thing, Lane. For the average, yeah, it might be confusing, but We aren't average.
Mhm.
We're initiated.
Oh, I know.
Theatricality and deception. Powerful agents to the uninitiated. But we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce? Members of the League of Shadows.
Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
So let's address it with Loco Lu real quick. So Loco Lu, so you got with the Black Adams, you got 2 deluxes, just 2 different color schemes for the armor set. One is gold.
I didn't see the two.
Oh,
I
you
didn't see the 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I think you bowed out before we showed the price. So let me show you Black Adam. So Black Adam regular edition is $300. The regular edition without the super base is $300. So a DX $300. So pretty much the DX have went up about $15 since the DX what's that one called?
I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's
No,
on the screen.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh, I thought you brought it up already. Thought you did.
No, there you go. So the Black Adam DX with the 1 head sculpt and the blue lightnings right now is $300. There's a deluxe version of this. Yes, the regular edition. The deluxe edition is $360 with 2 head sculpts and the diorama base. But you don't get the regular base. You get the deluxe base. But the golden armor, which is his final form for the movie, is $360 as well.
So wait, so there's 3 total. So you got the one with the gold trim, you got the all black, and the all black has 2 SKUs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I get. You can see the monkey running the things in the back. He's like, "Yep."
So what I plan on doing, because I was investigating more about the accessories, I will probably get 1 regular edition because I do want the Black Adam base, because you don't get this one. You don't get the regular Black Adam base. So I'm thinking of getting 1 regular edition and then getting the deluxe golden armor.
Jesus Christ, Nate, you collecting bases now? You army building bases? Shit.
You know that's gonna come out from Toys R Us.
Nah, forget Toys R Us.
No. Toys Box. Because they do all the bases.
Either way, I'm getting two. I'm
with you there. I'm with you there. So you get 1 regular edition of the black suit, and then you get the golden armor deluxe.
Yep. And you still get the same accessories. The only thing that's a difference is that
it's blue and black suit.
Yeah, pretty much. And also you get the special variant base and the second head sculpt.
The people's eye head sculpt.
Yeah, that's why you want to go for the deluxe.
Do you smell what Black Adam is costing you?
He's costing you a Hulkbuster.
Yeah, about there. Yeah, about 1,000. You're gonna be spending about $1,000. Wait. No.
That's 3 figures, not 2.
No, 800. You're going about 800, close to $800 if you
You're buying a DeLorean.
Yeah, you're buying a DeLorean. You're buying a
DeLorean. Nah, but if you wanted to buy all 3 and be like one of those anal people that need all 3 versions,
that's a Hulkbuster. That's a Hulkbuster.
You need your detail shelf of Black Adam and nothing else.
No, that's 1,020 out the door without tax, without shipping, without coupons. It's over $1,000 for all 3.
Black Adam. Everyone's buying The Rock, baby.
So
remember,
now people are
star
asking.
power.
That's what I was about to bring up. That's the reason why we got 3 SKUs. I don't think people understand. Black Adam. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is popular over there. So of course they brought this out early to make the sales popping because they love Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And they may not know how the movie's going to do, which could affect.
I don't necessarily think that's the reason.
They don't care.
I don't think that's the reason. They just like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Look what happened with G.I. Joe, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
So either way, I think I am gonna go and pre-order the golden armor first, and then watch the movie, because I'm still gonna get 1 no matter what. But depending on how the movie does well, I'm probably gonna get a second one. But I'm gonna get the first one, the golden armor, and then watch the movie, and I'm like, okay, so I'll probably get the regulars. Which also, our prompt people, do not pre-order a figure that you're unaware about the damn movie, because you're probably going to watch the movie and you're like, damn, I like The Rock, but I hate the damn movie. I don't need this pre-order anymore. So,
Oh no! People felt the same way about Morbius, but it's Morbin time, man. Go get your pre-orders in now before he's another one that gets put to low stock.
Oh, again, just remember, Jared Leto himself has personally bought a batch of Morbius's. He'll be signing them, and they're for sale on his own website.
They're only $350. I mean, they're not cheap, but for
oh my God, rooted hair version is coming from InArt.
What is this?
That was Rocky Maivia time when everybody was.
No, that's Rocky. That's Saved by the Bell, Rocky.
Yeah, well,
that's Rocky Maivia.
That was Die Rocky Die.
Rooted
hair
version.
Everybody hated Rocky at the very beginning.
Yeah, where
he was a heel though.
No.
He was a baby face.
Rocky Maivia with the big smile and stuff, and people hated him with his little arm tassels he wore and everything, and people would yell, "Die, Rocky, die." That was like his first year or so when he was in the company.
As Rocky, they hated him. He was like,
well, he was also feuding with Rikishi, who was the Sultan at the time, amongst other things. So you weren't helping him a whole lot with
I thought it was with Jeff Jarrett. I thought he was. It was Jeff Jarrett.
Rikishi was the Sultan. That was his gimmick at the time. Before he came back, before he was the dancing guy with Too Cool, but he was with Bob Backlund and I think the Iron Sheik. Like it was a dead on arrival gimmick. It was a dead on arrival gimmick.
So Lou, I want to bring this up with you, Lou. So no matter how bad the movie does, are you still going to pick this up because it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
If you don't get this, you could take that money, turn that some bitch sideways, and straight up that candy ass. I'm just saying, you have to get it. You have to get it.
I feel the same way. For me, I do feel the same way.
I'm a Rock fan. You know, like Attitude Era was my era. You know, I grew up watching, Macho, Hulk, and everybody else, but I wasn't immersed in it until the Attitude Era. That's when you had D-Generation X, The Rock. You had Undertaker kicking ass. You had, Stone Cold. You had Shamrock, coming in there. Ken Shamrock from East for freaking UFC. And
you still had Bret the Hitman Hart before the whole issue, and then
you had Bret, you had Owen, you had a lot of people in there. And let me just say this:
you still had Hogan before you jumped to WCW.
You switch. I saw the switch back and forth. I was there throughout the whole merger, all of that. I'm just going to say this. As a fan of the actual actor and wrestler, it's me as an honorable fan that I'm getting this out of fandom of the actor versus that. See, this is like the reverse situation with our Ezra Miller with Flash. It's the reverse. I want to get him because of the actor versus the film. And star power plays a factor in your buying stuff. And for some people, it don't. Some people, they're like, oh, I want the character. I want the full team. I want the representation. I get it. Respect it. That's your opinion and that's what you want. More power to you. Mm-hmm. For me, star power with The Rock, it's always been The Rock. And if I ever want to make a custom of The Rock, there's going to be another Rock head in my display pause.
Yep.
And I'm going to have me Dwayne The Rock Johnson in my collection. Period.
Hey, Loco, you'll get this. I was frozen today.
Remember that? Oh my god!
I was frozen today.
Great movie. Great movie.
Suburban Commando. Yes,
Suburban
absolutely.
Commando. I love that movie. Christopher Lloyd, man, love that dude. So I do feel that things are in the rise, and again, it's the mission always changes. So once the mission changes, we just gotta adapt to it. The mission will always change.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions change. They always do.
The missions change. It always do. So we gotta adapt to it. So that means you gotta have to either make sacrifices to buying multiples or buying a certain character. You gotta be more involved connection wise to that character in order to make that purchase. If we get to the point where we gotta start spending $400 on a figure, I can see collectors either adapting to like, you know what, if I'm spending so much money already, I'm probably gonna move over to statues or go more quality in art. But here's the thing though, if we see more higher prices with figures, I do hope that we do see Hot Toys adapting to giving us more bang for a buck, like they did with the Black Adam over here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're giving us more bang with the buck, with 2 head sculpts, the USB powered, new enhanced body, new material for the body. They explained it all in the description for this figure. And also they threw in us diorama base with it. You know what I mean? So I feel that this is what Hot Toys should be doing, upgrading the ante with their accessories. Because that's one of the things that I did not like about the InArt's Gandolfo. When you compared it to Joker, they threw it all.
You mean Gandalf?
No, Gandolfo.
Gandolfo, you know, $500. Okay, so I do want to see what they're playing at with the head sculpt. You know, when they start actually posting it out there. But I do want to see more action with the accessories and what have you. You know, and that's what I want to see from Hot Toys. So if they're gonna be combating with InArt, up your ante with their bases. Or hell, I know someone was asking. It'd be nice if they start doing magnetic bases. And hell, they're already listening to us with the diorama bases and the sand base removal. They're doing more. They could have thrown us a sand base with that freaking comp vamp, but they updated. They went past that. They're doing more updates.
Well, it's technically the structure on the sand.
Structure on the sand now.
Well, here we go. I'm gonna keep it a stack because I collect multiple scales, and I'm just gonna keep it a stack.
Lulu, give me a second real quick. So Lewis is like $400. You're already there. That's Iron Man though. Die cast. I'm talking about regular reg figures like Yelena.
Engineering, tooling, and all that other stuff that goes into making an Iron Man is not the same NRD that goes into making a doll with clothes. I'm just gonna say it like that. You get what I'm saying? Something with fabrics. You get what I'm saying? Because you go to a tailor to tailor something for a small figurine, but to die cast like different parts, engineer it, and give us the light up feature and stuff like that. That's a different ballgame.
There's a substantial difference in money with molds.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, here's the thing. They're going to have a set standard for what it costs to mold the parts through injection molding plastic for the normal Iron Man figure. But then when you have to do molds for die cast, you need higher quality molds. You need different machines because you can't do your standard injection plastic. So it's more money to make the die cast, both from the production and the physical making of it.
You can't compare. You can't compare their Grail, their flagship figures to
the engineering
to the engineering of a Boba Fett or engineering of a Batman. You can't do it unless the Batman is rocking Iron Man parts.
Unless it's the XE suit.
Yeah.
That varies. But back to what I was saying though, you're looking at InArts and Hot Toys as competing for our wallets, right? But we say that as people who collect specific characters and have a specific standard in our collection. Now let's bring it back to something that's a little bit more kiddish, but still higher in the price end. You have Hasbro, who gives us every different flavor of the same exact characters constantly, right? And then you got Mafex, who gives us some of the similar characters with either higher paint or more articulation or what have you, and they're double the price of that initial figure from another company. So they're two different entities in the same scale with the same amount of articulation, some more than others, and they're competing in the same market, but they're not necessarily competing against each other. They're just another hat in the circle, just like a third party. Third party companies are not competing with each other. They're just putting stuff out there so we can buy it. It's up to us. We're competing with our wallets to choose what's what. They're not competing with each other. They're competing who's going to buy our stuff versus them taking that money to pay for something else, like whether it's bills or a new suit or new tires for their car, what have you. You get what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to get that money. They don't care if it's going to InArts or anything else. They want your money. It's not a competition between the two entities. Like it's like Burger King and McDonald's. It doesn't matter where it goes. It doesn't matter where it goes. Nate, you're muted.
Thank you. So I do feel I must have hit a button. My bad. So I do feel the same way with you. Like they're competing with our wads. They want that money, right? So I feel that if InArt is going to be playing more of the higher end values of 1/6, Hottoys need to be either come close to be in that middle range of pricing. Because at the end of the day, if you're pricing up your Joe's Post for $500, I mean like Joe's Post, I mean like your Yelena. That's God forbid $500 straight out the door for Yelena. That means the InArt has to be pushed in, or a regular rooted hair has to be pushed in more than 1,000. Yeah. It gotta be relative to the competition.
At that point, peace out, baby. See you later.
Well, I mean, I just thought of this. You know, at this point, Hot Toys is the NFL. InArts is the XFL. Granted, they tried to come back 2 years ago. Vid happened. But The Rock right now is a major investor behind the XFL. So the NFL is a quality-proven product with an established track record. That's Hot Toys. InArts is the XFL. They've actually produced nothing in their new iteration, but they got a lot of flashy people. They got a lot of flashy advertising. They've done a lot to get your eyesight, and they've signed contracts with flashy people like ESPN, Disney, all that stuff. But here's the thing. They still haven't, just like the XFL, InArts hasn't given us anything yet.
But let's say they do.
I love that life. I love that knife.
Thank you, Ben.
You do something.
It looks like a feather almost. It looks like a feather.
It'll cut you like a feather.
I cut you. I got this price down. But no.
Wait. You want me to go grab mine? I'll be like, that's not enough. This is enough.
No. Just calm down. No, calm down.
That's different. That's a machete. We know the difference.
No, it's a K-bar.
But Don, let's say in 2 or 3 years from now, InArt proves themselves that they are a competition for Hot Toys, right? And they're putting out figures, let's say, for a regular set, $700. Now the regular set right now is like what, $350, $400. The more rooted hairs are
4 to 5.
4 to 5, right? So the rooted hairs, you got to get those with 1,000, right? So that means the rooted hairs have to be about $500. So let's say the rooted hairs about 700. So the regulars are 4 to 5, and then the rooted hairs are about $700. So they're gonna amp. Let's say they up it to 600, 700. I can't see Hot Toys upping their price for their 1/6 to match up with InArt if InArt is pushing that kind of accuracy and pushing that kind of rooted hair flex. You know what I mean? So Hot Toys, what's up? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this. I can, because just like candy bars was 10 cents, 5 cents yesterday, they're $2 to $3 now. Everything goes up. It's just that we can't fathom it because our checks hasn't gone up. You know, once our money goes up, everything goes up in the economy before our pay. Our pay is the last thing to go up. We have to suffer like slaves, in the sense to bust our butts to pay for the anemones that we want, so that way we can be comfortable. You know what I mean? And some sacrifices is more. Like all this that we're talking about is first world problems, right? Mm-hmm. And in this first world, you take care of your roof, take care of your family, you take care of your bills and your food and your health and all that other stuff, right? And then this hobby. This right here, it's bleeding us. But how much do we love this hobby to keep going, past the limit? Everyone draws a line in the sand. I say $400 for a regular plain Jane figure, just like Nate was saying with like Yelena, that barely comes with anything, is too much. But if my check meets a specific standard and $200 today is like $20 tomorrow, then there's no complaint. There's no complaint. It's just where I'm at right now, 400 is too much for a plain Jane.
I got you, Lou.
Hey, OG, like you said, first world problems. I mean, and Nate's probably going to pull out the clip. We all need to adapt or die. I mean, all depending. I mean, it doesn't matter what your financial status is. World events are affecting everyone. You know, even me, when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, wait, this is too much. What the hell? This is raised at like a bag of Reese's or, you know, Hershey's Kisses. They've raised like $1.50 for a bag in a week. And you're like, and again, that might sound like what the hell you're talking about, $350 figures. But that's one product that has essentially seen a 32% increase on its overall value in 2 weeks. So
who remembers in the early days of the pandemic, milk went up, gas went up,
eggs,
toilet paper itself, basic necessities. Shoot, you couldn't find a Lysol bottle anywhere, let
for
alone
6
Clorox.
months.
For 6 months. That's where the mind starts saying, oh, that's too much for this, too much for that. You start to think like an adult. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think like a hobbyist, you think like an adult. But then when you think like a collector, you're like, okay, I need to get this, and you got to play chess with what you want to buy first. That's why you buy what you love. Don't worry about what anyone else is getting. If you're trying to catch up and complete a line, that's different. You're gonna have
now,
to sacrifice.
there is wait, exactly. Because at the end of the day,
you know how much I sacrificed?
I'm the victim here, guys. So if you're trying to complete a line, you're gonna have to make the sacrifices to complete that line. Like, for example, Anthony, he sacrificed most of his Marvel figures just to complete the OG line, the OT original trilogy, the New Hopes, the Return of the Jedi, the Empire Strikes Back. He sacrificed his Marvel figures just to complete the OT line. And hey, more power to you, because you know it's part of the game now. It's part of the game where we get to make sacrifices. So,
yeah, and you know what? That goes back to what I say. You know, with me and Half Shell Saturday, Ninja Turtles is my first love, my first collection. Period. You know what I mean? Before anything else, it was always Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is my love that got me into collecting, and it'll keep me in collecting as long as there's something to buy. And then everything else follows suit. Spider-Man, Batman, all that other stuff. You know what I mean? I got my 6-scale grails already. I'm done. I am officially done with what I actually want.
No, right? You're not. So, give it 3 days, brother. 3 days, and we'll get you something else.
I'm talking about for 6-scale Ninja Turtles. You get what I'm saying? That check mark is done, but the feeling of collecting did not. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that passion is there again because I still got things I can collect. Like Ninja Turtles, I can still collect. That keeps me hunting. You know what I mean? That's what we talk about on my channel. But
Loco, does your wife know you caress that curio like you do?
You just she don't mind what I touch as long as I touch her better than what she sees. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
These days, the only line I'm concerned with is the bottom line. Bob Dylan.
See, Bob Dylan. No, Bob Dylan is right. His bottom line, whatever your bottom line is. See me, I have a limited amount of space and an idea for displays, and it could always change. And that's what I love about the 6-scale community versus any other community, and that is you can hoard all you want, but what stands out is what's important in your collection for you, because you're the one paying for it, you're the one looking at it, and you're the one who invests your money and time to curate it, collect it, keep it clean, and have fun with it, take shots with it, whatever you do with it, it's your pastime. You can't put a price tag technically on your pastime. It's yours to do with it as you see fit, whether it's fishing, collecting, racing, whatever it is that you do. And I digress.
Loco, I was going to bring that up too. Thule brought it up here. Hot Toys collecting is already an exclusive hobby, though. Ask your average Joe what Hot Toys are. Most won't even know. Like, most people that buy from Sideshow, that buy from Collector's Zone, or buy from Comiconcept, they probably don't even watch YouTubers. They just buy the figures. So at the end of the day, it's about how you want to purchase your figures. Because we're always saying, vote for your wallet, right? But vote for your wallet in accordance to you as the individual, as the collector. if you feel that this $335 freaking Dr. Damn Strange is way too damn expensive right now, then wait it out. Wait it out. Or if you already have the coupons and discount codes to bring this down a bit, then yeah, do that. That's what I did with my Cobb Vamp. $350 out the door. Oh, hell to the nah. That Cobb Vamp ain't gonna be $350 out the door. I made it to where it's $295 out the door. Not playing that game. Not playing that game. So
well, yeah, I mean, I got my cable for $213. Now, granted, I'm doing payment plans. Yeah, and I also got Dusty Deadpool from Popcultcha for $134. But you know, it's one of those things. I did the slow shipping, so it'll be shipped after I'm already at con, so I won't miss it. But then I did the payment plan, so basically after I'll do one payment, and when I'm back from con, I'll be just screw it, send it to me now.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's best to do it that way. You know, you never know when you're in a tight bunch or when you have certain events coming up. You know, you want to strategize. And I think, you know what, Nate? As a segment for Geeking Out, we should do, how do you plan out your shipping? How do you plan out your shipping when you have a specific event? You know, where do you go? Who do you go to? Do you trust your neighbor? And if you don't trust your neighbor, do you trust your post office or your delivery service? Who do you care for to care for your belongings? That should be a segment.
Either a segment or part of like how you pre-order. Like I think I could put right in with that. Like how do you pre-order? Yeah, I know people have been asking. People have been asking about that as of late. Like,
I know.
Do you say how do you pre-order your stuff, or how do you plan out low stocks at Sideshow, what have you? I think that should be like a whole segment to do.
You got to remember the other segment. You got to rub Lane's head for good luck, so that way you can get all your Dark Side and your collection.
Wait, we need that sound effect.
Lane's been so quiet sitting down. I think he's playing his PC right now. He's chilling. He's so quiet.
Bugman, this is made of wood. This is made of wood. This was given to me.
So he can organically kill you.
Yeah, he went down to the Bahamas and picked this up.
Wait. And you got a flex blade on it that's plastic, or you got a wooden blade?
No,
because the handle's wooden.
Yeah, it's wooden. It's wood. It's carved up wood.
Even the blade? Even the blade?
Yeah, even the blade.
Jeez, bro. I've seen one that's a keychain that it looks like a parrot, but when you flip the wing, it's a blade and it's made of plastic and it's sharper than a razor, bro. I've never seen something that.
So it's a shank.
Oh no! It's more than a shank, baby. It's more than a shank. It fillet you. That's how sharp that thing is. But
fillet a loco.
So guys, we're about 8 minutes till we end the stream. So let's do a recap. Let's go down the list. DonPrime, general census of how you feel about what's going on.
I mean, ultimately, it depends on you. If a figure comes up, you have to establish whether you have a connection with that figure, and if you do, how deep is that connection? Are you willing to pay to have that in your collection? It ultimately boils down to this, because like we've all said, the world is changing. We need to adapt. Is it worth it in your collection? Are you going to do the extra things like Nate? Are you going to work the OT for the HT to get the figure?
Exactly. Like, I don't get these for free, my guys.
Yeah,
I mean, the OT for the HT. I'm the victim here.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, if you want these figures, you have to either make sacrifices or you have to do the extra to get these.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's on top of making, like Loco said, making sure your bills are paid, rent's paid, your mortgage, your family's taken care of. You know, the reason Loco didn't grab a Hulkbuster, he needed to pay tuition for his daughter.
Yep.
You know, so that's something you can't hold him against.
I already paid second months.
Exactly. So again, real life is now directly impacting pre-orders and your collecting habits. So you have to adapt. You have to basically prioritize what you want to get. You have your A-list figures, your B-list figures, and then your D-list accessories. Hey, I'll get them if I can get them at the clearance price on Sideshow. You know, bargain bin.
Yeah. I see that, man. I did that with the drones for Mysterio. I got one set, and I thought about what I want to display. And I'm like, one set's perfect because if I backtrack anybody, they come with their own, so I'm good.
Yep.
Loco Lu, any final thoughts?
Take your time. I said it before. We've all said it. Only buy what you absolutely care for. Don't get FOMO'd into it. Don't worry about what's happening with low stock and stuff like that unless you absolutely want it in collection. If you want it in your collection, then you buy it or you pre-order it and you work on your plans. And we're going to talk about one day how to. Go ahead, Nate. Go ahead, Nate. And you're holding the blade the wrong way. You never put the blade towards your face.
No, I
taught you better.
No, I was trying to.
There
look
you go. Now you.
I know.
No, it was like reversed to me. I was like, damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see the
Nate,
blade.
first blood.
Yeah, well, now we got Nate's next gone thumbnail.
but like I said, just buy what you want. And here's one example before we go to Lane. That Venomized Iron Man. It may sit. I'm buying it now. Some people will get it down the line. I'm not going to wait until it blue screens. You know what I mean? It hasn't shipped yet to Sideshow, but I'm trying to develop my points and try not to overdo it. I'm planning ahead so that way I don't get burned, period, because I'm already paying up the nose for certain things that aren't Hot Toys, that are third party, that are already been, set in stone. I got my Spawn, which I love, review coming up soon. Shameless plug. And then the Poison Man Venom with the Venom statue, the second one, that's coming home soon too. So that's money being spent right there. And also the Lizard. I'm telling you, that statue is but I want my figure. And this is why I'm giving the example. I'm buying what I want. I don't care what anyone else wants. I'm buying what I want. And that's how you should be too when you collect. Buy what you absolutely want. And look at your display. See if that's something you can look at every day. And that's my advice.
Lane, your thoughts?
I would reiterate probably more along like what the Lou does. The biggest thing not to get caught in right now is if there has been some changes where stuff starts going waitlisting much earlier on pre-ordering, don't let yourself fall into the trap. This is why we were reiterating is that when you might have to pay attention a little bit more from a show, if there's going to be multiple figures or something like that, like figuring out what characters do you want to actually know you want to get, because you might have to make your mind up much sooner than you thought for like secondary or even some, like we were looking at the multiple editions of Black Adam for The Rock. One of those could go bye-bye because, they maybe because they're making 3 different SKUs, they may be making less of each one of them or something, depending on how they watch, see how they go for a little while. And it's just one of those things where you may have to, for your collecting for these, and in general, like we were talking about price increase for everything, you may have to be a little bit more I think for Hot Toys more because versus statues, you can, despite how much they're more, you can still buy more of them and a certain amount of money as some of them must cost. You might need to no, but I think the big thing is as a collector now for Hot Toys, you have to be a little bit more proactive from what you consider you might get. Obviously with pricing, you may have to limit more from what properties you're going to get or that kind of thing. And you have to be more, but you also, on top of that, figuring that out, you have to be more proactive for what figures that, when are you going to pull the trigger? So we're not saying like you have to think about day one and everything. That's silly. There's only certain little things, no matter what it is you're talking about, day one you have to consider if you're going to do or not. But just you got to track them a little bit. If there's one you want, but you may need to plan out, hey, if it's like you were talking about Casca Reeves or something, if she was just announced, that's a figure you might have to start planning. Hey, within the next couple of months, I may need to plan where I'm going to have money set aside for pre-ordering this. and like that kind of. You may have to. We always talk about planning and stuff. You don't. I wouldn't say have like you don't necessarily need to go as crazy as a spreadsheet for everything, but if you know there's a couple figures that have been announced maybe in like a month or two, you might have to kind of follow them a little bit. You know, don't just be like, well, in 8 months I'll look at them and I'll have it figured out, or when they, you know, are being announced or launching in Hong Kong. You know, you have to be a little bit more proactive and take a little bit more responsibility and accountability for what you're going to try and get, and then along with the other stuff. So,
yep. Well, how do you address that with someone like PJ who says, "What happens if you want everything?" Well,
then it's time. Then it's time
I got
to
an answer for that.
Yeah, I know. The simple solution is start on the side on a napkin. Start laying out your multi-story cardboard box home. And stuff.
Hey, you got two kidneys for a reason. You got two kidneys.
You raise a very good point there, DonPrime.
You got two kidneys.
No. I got an answer for that. I got an answer for that. When you want everything, you need to really assess yourself, because realistically, you can't have everything. Something's going to give eventually. If you're a completist, it's going to take you a little bit longer to complete stuff because other things capture your eye because you want everything. So you have to be. No. Nate, he's been in the game for about 2.5 years.
It's going on three and a half.
It's going on 3, and he caught it at the peak of the low stock. That's why he was able to get everything. Like low pricing, he caught it at the peak. That's why he has so much. Right now, he's still strategically trying to get things, and there's certain things that slip through the cracks because he doesn't necessarily collect every single thing. There's certain things he actually lets go for the greater good of his collection.
Now he's thinking challenge accepted.
Yep. I know people are asking what Watto. I know people ask what Watto thinks. Watto says
only money.
Mind tricks that don't work on me.
Work on me. Only money.
Except this one.
Don't mess with Watto about mind
tricks. When did you get that Watto?
No, this was a gift. This was a gift from a fan. Yeah, this is a gift from a fan. I wanted to display it at on my my Phantom Menace shelf.
Well, I know you are a Wattomaniac. I know you're a Wattomaniac, so
yeah, I wanted to do it, but then the box is so pristine, I can't just go about just.
Then stop touching it with your bare hands and use some white gloves, Papa. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, your fingerprints is all over that front screen. But listen, Nate, if I see one of those out in the wild, I'll get it for you at Comic-Con.
Well, you already have the Battle Droid and the B2 from that same
another
line.
Watto?
If I see a Watto loose in the wild and is in good condition, I'll send that to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. I appreciate it.
So
that way he has something to play with.
I had one.
Wada your mind.
I have one last thing for us here going out here for us heading out.
Yeah.
So with the con upcoming here, San Diego Comic-Con, New York City, or whatever you want to call it.
New York.
NYCC,
New York.
baby.
Yeah.
Get it right, New York.
So
I'm from Boston, and even I can pull off the New Yorker.
I want us each to just give on the way out here. What is one figure we would like to see be on display here that we have not seen so far, whether it's been announced or for upcoming? I know I'm putting it on the spot here. I meant to mention it like 10 minutes ago, so I had a couple of minutes to think about it. But just as we're going out, just what's one figure? It can be one we've seen teased or whatever, or just it's for a recent show that we might be having something here recently that might be.
Okay,
go for it.
So is it anything that's been teased before?
Yes.
It's been anything recent. I would say within
or
the
not
last 6
shown,
months.
or not shown,
or not shown, but just maybe we've had a show recently you'd like to see.
Mace Windu. That'd be a good Attack of Clones Wave 2 opportunity there. Mace Windu. Give me my boy Samuel L. Jackson, man.
All right, so I'm gonna go actually, since they already have the base mold, Clone Commando for Wave 2 of Attack of the Clones, because guess what? That lieutenant that's already being made went to Mace Windu and specifically said, "Sir, a special commando group is waiting your orders."
Yep, exactly. Got you. Me, 2. Kit Fisto and Armorized Deadpool. because he's shipping soon, so I want to see him. I want to see him up close and personal.
I would say for me, I want
show.
to see. I want to see. Mine's kind of a combo too. I would like to actually see physically there the fifth brother and the fourth sister, to actually see how all of them maybe not in a row, but see with them all kind of together, because that I am interested in almost getting the entire Obi-Wan line. I'm not sure I'm committed to getting all of them because it's 7 figures, and just we've been talking about price, even though their pricing is pretty good. I mean, the Inquisitors' pricing is pretty good in comparison. But
Lane, I think you should be committed for even thinking about buying the entire Kenobi line.
Yeah, because that.
Sorry,
Obi
I had to
does
use
not
it.
Look like Obi.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God!
what I'd like to see.
Kenobi.
Oh,
Have
here we
they
go.
been vetted to graduate from a year 1 youngling
To a sophomore Padawan.
Kenobi, come on, man. As long as I'm collecting Hot Toys, you're gonna keep pushing me back like Anakin and Mace Windu. Okay, Mace Windu's gonna just keep doing it. That come on, Kenobi, just be real.
You're on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
Kenobi's gonna keep bringing that up. You're on this council. We're gonna put you to rank of master. You keep your rank master card. I'm just gonna move out and become a Mandalorian. That's all I'm gonna do.
You wield still the lightsaber,
I like
though.
that.
Yeah, but I think Bob Dylan's right. Bob Dylan is right. Tuition to Howard U is too damn expensive.
Hey, it's not Prager though.
No.
But everybody, we had a great time with everybody tonight.
Yep. And real quick,
definitely.
Hit
that like button. Hit
yeah.
that like button first and foremost. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. The bell notification, so every time you know when we come up. Granted, it's scheduled, but you never know when Nate feels the need to say, no.
Don't worry, I'm still gonna do that, guys. I'm still going to react accordingly depending on the prices. So
exactly.
If now, don't get me wrong. If like let's say for example, the Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi set is like $500. If they drop some decent accessories for a 2-pack like that, yeah, let's go. So
you are on the council, but no master yet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes. Dun dun
Wait,
dun.
hold on. People who are still Padawans calling people masters.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, say what now?
Well,
no, I'm talking about Nate.
Why am I just?
We all look up. No, because Big Brother Denobi is Big Brother Denobi. You know what I mean? But see, eventually we got to find our own way. And once we find a new way, we teach, Big Brother what Little Brother found out.
Unfortunately, right now, all I'm picturing is like sad-faced Jedi robe Nate while he's staring
No. Nate's been going to be given the mission from Yoda to go to the Guardian of the Wills and complete the training that Qui-Gon never did, which broke canon.
He's just like staring out as looking as 1/6 scale Padme is just like
nah. See, me and Nate, we're the same. You know what we are? We're one guy in a room against 4 stormtroopers, and we're like, I like those odds.
That was my first army build there too.
Oh yeah, I know. Just real quick though, so New York Comic Con is happening this week. We will be there. We've got swag to give away, and I'll be bringing some of the shot glasses to give away to fans. Again, Loco Lu and we're gonna try and plan to do a cosplay together on Saturday.
Nice.
It's one of those things. We'll steal the idea from Adam Savage, first person to say up high, whatever, identify us. We'll work out a prize. We'll do something. Maybe buy like a 1/12 scale action figure or something like that on the floor.
You'll get something special from the floor. You get something special from the floor.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly.
So out of our choosing, we'll give you something special on the floor.
Let's hope everybody.
My cause, Nate, you're better off being a Dooku reject. I'll take that because Dooku, he was wiping the floor with folks. No matter what.
Listen. As long as Nate is not General Grievous from Sideshow, we're all good.
Oh yeah.
Grievous mistake.
General Grievous.
I want to do one shout out real quick before we go. So for anybody in chat, for some of the recently gone waitlist figures and stuff off of Sideshow, if you are considering getting the Kate or Gilgamesh, I'm not saying you're necessarily going to, but if you've been considering Gilgamesh and Kate, those are still both available. You can pre-order off.
Gilgamesh waitlisted like off the racks. Oh wow, that's right.
They're still both. He still has them still in. I think he still's got the Bat Cycle too.
Okay.
So I'm just mentioning that as
Layton's part of the problem. Layton's part of the problem. We teach people and then we show them where to go. You can't give them the direction and also give them the map. Let them see through the map and let them figure out their way.
I'm just mentioning.
Give a man a fish he eats for a day. Teach a man to pre-order. He can pre-order and spend the money for the rest of his life.
Bingo.
Yeah, it's all about just taking our knowledge and just doing what you will with it. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. And remember, we're just simple collectors trying to make our way in this freaking galaxy. Man, weapons with you. Always.
Yeah, we'll see you live at Comic-Con in person.
Remember, guys.
Sideshow Saturday. Let's go.
And enjoy Howard 66 on your wallet, baby.
Howard University.
Yes.
Tuition enrolling
Must collect all Ninja Turtles.
The world's changing. It's time we change too.